word game didn't come after video. I don't know why that did that. But anyway, I chose music in video games. And the reason I chose music in video games was because it's very important to our modern culture. It's just becoming so much more important. It helps in education, it's in the economy, it does a lot of important things, and I love playing video games. I named my gerbils after my favorite video game, Sly Cooper, so that's why it's there. So for my research, I decided to look into the Nintendo 64 and the PlayStation 1, because they both came out in the 1990s, and you could compare the two different soundtracks from all the games, because they sound so different from one another. And I was just going to compare why they sounded different, what kind of games they did, and what importance the soundtracks had to the games. So the first one, I thought, well, for the comparison, I thought they both used music to serve the same purpose. It was to create the mood. It's to reinforce the particular experience the character is going through. And the music changes as the game changes. And an example I chose was from Kirby Nintendo 64, and this is a boss battle, so you can hear like how the music changes, and it kind of reflects what's going on in the game. Hopefully this will work. No. Oh crap.
Agree.
Okay. I just typed in mine.
That may not work.
Yeah. Oh no! What is this? Let me just try one more time. This will be upsetting if it doesn't work.
Change the file that you're going to open it with. Okay, now instead of opening it with QuickTime, yeah, try iTunes. Hopefully it'll work.
Oh dang. Okay, I don't know. Well, you're just gonna have to go with my word on this, I guess. Oh. I also don't like Macs, by the way.
Yeah, that you want to be at that corner over there, the up left. That one. That.
I don't know how to get out.
Go up again. No, like move it. There you go. And go all the way to the right.
Exit. Quit Firefox.
Oh,
You don't need that.
Okay, I'm just gonna not use that example then. Okay, anyway, it's synthesized music. It can hear like a really intense trumpet sound. It's like da 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 da. And then it just does that repeatedly. Anyway. Also, the common thing that they use is they depict a location in the game. So you can get like a jungle kind of sound, and it can be in the jungle level, or get some like volcano music, and it'll be kind of like in volcano level. So it kind of supports and reinforces the location of the character, which makes it even more game experience. Maybe this will work because it's YouTube.
Should do. Should.
And this is an example from Rayman, and you can kind of hear it. You can kind of hear the drums and the whole like African jungle thing. Okay, so you can kind of get that idea. And another thing that music does in video games is it can depict the time of day. So, so if it's in the daytime, it'll be happy music. If it's at night, it'll be sad and kind of drowny music. I don't think these two examples will work because it's from the same website. But the main idea here is that Link, the character from Zelda, will go to one town. It'll be happy because it'll be during the day. And then it'll go to the same town, and it will be different sounding, but the same type of music, but it will sound more drowny, kind of dark. And it's kind of depict the time of day. Okay. Another thing that video game music can do, which is kind of different from other types of music, is that it can change the mood instantaneously depending on what the character does. So examples, Mario, we all heard that Mario level song. And whatever Mario does changes during music, so you can kind of hear what he does here. You got the idea. So the music changes depending on what Mario does. Okay. So now it's time to compare the two. So the Nintendo came out in 1997, the PlayStation came out in 1995, so they both came out around the same time. And now Nintendo's known for the Wii and PS1 is now known for PS3. And they're both Japanese brands, except PlayStation 1 is thought to be American, but it's not because of third parties. It's just a lot of third-party American games creators like Naughty Dog and Epic, I think. There are two. So they're both Japanese, both came out at the same time. The difference with Nintendo 64 is that instead of using a CD-ROM, it used a cartridge, which was kind of helpful and not helpful at the same time. It uses digital chips to transfer the music audio, which was kind of an okay idea because you could scale it, so you could add more digital chips to it, which will increase the audio quality. But the thing was that it got really expensive, so they only put like one chip in each. So instead of having really good audio, it was kind of cheap because they couldn't afford it. So you could also see from like the airspace how like they could add some stuff. And then we just go through the transmitters, and then that's how the cartridges work. So these are not even going to work because it's from the same website. I'll try it one more time.
Let's see, that's a web link, isn't it?
Yeah, but it
Why don't
goes
you-
to a music file kind of thing, like it just plays. And you did it in class, it looked like, so I don't know why it's not working.
Just you're copying the link and just putting it in the browser. Okay, no.
Don't worry about it.
Anyway, the music is just Nintendo, it's synthesized music, it's not actual instruments, it's just like computers playing the instrument. It's very simple. It's like there's only like 3 instruments at a time. So it's synthesized, it's very simple, and it's kind of catchy, and it's most of the time very upbeat. And that's usually the trend for the Nintendo 64 games. And that's because they couldn't have really complex music because of their cartridges. They couldn't transfer enough audio to make it high quality. Oops. Anyway, that's fine. But the PlayStation 1 used CD-ROM, which uses a laser and lenses, so it can read the CD more accurately. It could read the file more accurately, I guess, and it could kind of make the sound of the quality of the music more improved. So 2 games that I chose for PlayStation 1 are more complex, and these will work because it's YouTube. But you can kind of hear how it is actually almost like a band playing and not synthesized music. This is from Crash Game, great game. instruments going on. Compared to the Nintendo system, there would only be like 3 or 4 really synthesized fake sounding instruments. And for PlayStation's Final Fantasy, it's been very known to have very good music. So 2 examples I did. James Bond, in the 1990s, it was kind of a big craze because 3 movies came out, and the Nintendo systems wanted kind of in on that action. So Nintendo 64 did GoldenEye, and PlayStation 1 did Tomorrow Never Dies. And I compared the 2 theme songs because it's almost the same theme song, but you can see how Nintendo does it, you can see how PlayStation 1 does it. And this one you can actually hear because it's speech. And you can kind of hear how it's synthesized, a bit more simple. PlayStation 1, which also has the same theme song, but so you can kind of hear the differences. PlayStation 1 seems a bit more intense, kind of more going on. Now for current video games, you can't really tell which one came from which system because both brands kind of overlapped in like gaming genres. They both have very high quality, they both run on CDs. And the thing that you use to figure out which soundtrack came from what series is from like just kind of what game it is in particular. Like the Zelda series, I think there's 23 games and each one had a theme song in it. So if you hear that theme song, you should know that it is Zelda and then Nintendo. So you kind of, that's how you figure out the current soundtracks. But other than that, it's not really easy to tell. Okay. How do I turn the projector on? Because I have like I have a couple of examples for you, and you can kind of figure out which one is it. Like, actually, hold on. I'll just do this. Okay, so one more. Okay, so this is one more example from the PlayStation 1. This is from Spyro. You can hear it, kind of how. And one more. This one was kind of, you can tell it's from Crash Bandicoot, but you can also tell that it's like a sewer scene because it's like sewer-like instruments. You can hear like metal shaking, and that's kind of interesting because you can kind of picture that with this music.